Hey guys, this is Stacia, the Cutting Mom, and I know this is out of the norm. I am in my car this morning. I usually don't do this, but this has been resting on me like all night, and I woke up this morning and still thinking about it. And it's about the show This Is Us. I know it's kind of weird, but I really was thinking about this, and I was thinking about how real this stuff is, right? So it's Wednesday, March 27th, and the show This Is Us comes on Tuesday nights. But last night, the show was basically about Beth and Randall, okay? And it's about, they have this huge argument they're having right now, and it's about both of their careers and needing to balance their family life. Really, the argument is really about them trying to determine who's going to do what, balancing their family and still pursuing their dreams. So I'm just going to come straight out and say it that I am Team Randall, okay? And I know a lot of women will probably not agree with me on this, but I am totally Team Randall. And while I understand Beth's feelings, while I understand her feeling of inadequacy right now, and I really think that this is what it's all about. That's why she's acting the way she's acting. And she's resenting Randall because of some choices that she made, or choices that were forced upon her as a child. And she's really taken that out on him. So for those who have not seen the show or have not caught up with the show, I'm just going to give you a little bit of background information. Beth and Randall are married. Beth lost her job and she's been having a hard time finding a new one. She loved to dance. As a child, she loved to dance. She wanted to go to school for it. She wanted to make a career out of it. And her dad really supported her in that dream. Her mom supported her to an extent. Once her father passed away, she took it really hard, and it was during a time that there was a big dance performance or recital that was happening, and Beth wasn't able to practice as much or give as much focus to it, and she didn't get the part. And once she didn't get that part, her mom basically told her that you need to find a new career path because dance is not your thing. You know? So her mom really stole that from her. And she went down another path. She went to school. She didn't go to school for dance. She went down another path. Now, flash forward to present life. She is having a hard time finding a new job, and she got a job teaching dance. She loved to dance. So she teaches dance in the afternoons, like around 5 o'clock. Now, Randall ran for public office. Beth supported him in the beginning. Then she said she doesn't want to do it anymore. Randall was going to back out. Then Randall won. He found out he's doing better in the race, so he continued, and she supported him in that, and Randall won. Now he has, and we all know public office consumes you. Now Randall has public office that's consuming him, and Beth has found her long lost love, dance, and that is consuming her. It's consuming her heart, it's consuming her mind, and she is just not willing to bend on anything. So last night's episode was basically a huge blowout that they had, and Beth is saying that Randall wants her to give up dance so she can focus on him and his career. Randall is saying that he's not asking her to give up dance. He's just asking her for some help, some help with the kids, with the household chores, since he has this long commute and he's now getting settled into office. Randall left a really nasty message on her voicemail when he thought she was not going to show up for a dinner event that he needed her for. And Beth did not take that very well. Like, I mean, no woman really would receive that very well. So the argument started, and she had to give up a work drinks event. It was a work drinks event. It wasn't a performance, and this is where my opinion steps in. Your husband is asking you to show up for a professional dinner event. Really, he's getting to know other public officials. He's asking you to show up for that, and you agreed to go. And this impromptu happy hour, that's what I'm going to call it, an impromptu happy hour pops up, and you want to bail on him for that? It's selfishness, okay? It's just selfishness. And I know I've said it. I am Team Randall. It's not that I don't like Beth or I'm against Beth. I actually like Beth. I actually love their relationship. I love the way they love each other. But I really think that she has really selfish tendencies. And they did a lot of flashbacks last night. And I know the flashbacks were to prove Beth's point. And her point is that she's always bending for Randall. And he's railroading her. And he manipulates her with his speeches because he has all the perfect words. And he does have the perfect words. But I really don't think that he's manipulating her. And there are situations where she's bending, and she's bending on her own free will. He's not asking her to bend in any way, shape, or form. So they had a flashback, and the very first flashback, which when they met, they went to dinner, and they were in this restaurant, and they were being racially profiled. And Beth saw this. Well, they both knew it, but Randall is a little bit more submissive, I would say. And according to him, he didn't want to ruin the date. But Beth wasn't having it. And she basically said, they're being racially profiled in this restaurant. And she basically said, no, we are leaving. And I think she didn't like that about him because I think it made him seem kind of weak in her eyes. And she didn't like that about him. But Beth said to leave me alone, and Randall said, I'm going to marry that girl. I mean, he married her. He spoke that into existence. But I don't know if that was supposed to show that she bended for him. I mean, the man loved her real hard. He proposed to her about 10 times. I don't know how many times, but a lot of times. She said no a lot until she eventually caved in and said yes. So is that her bending? You chose to marry this man. Is that you bending? I'm trying to understand these flashbacks, okay? That's a decision that you made. You said you loved him. He loves you. He clearly loves you hard. And you chose to marry him. So that's you bending? Okay. Then they had another flop. Okay, I forgot to mention, at the restaurant, he asked her if she was going to study dance. She said no. To me, that's him trying to encourage you to go in the path of your passion. Now, 20 years later, you want to do dance. And that is fine. People can change career paths. But to my point, this man was trying to encourage you into dance. He was trying to understand you, and you kind of brushed it off. You had an attitude. You brushed it off, and he left that alone. So that's another example that I feel like they were trying to prove her point when they actually proved that he isn't that person. He's a supportive person. Okay, then she lied to him about needing 24 hours to herself. She lied to him about having a conference when she really wanted to go to a hotel and have 24 hours to herself. Actually, I would love that. I would actually love to go to a hotel and just watch movies and have 24 hours to myself. But let's not talk about me. Let's stick to the show. So he wasn't happy that she lied to him, but I think essentially he understood where she was coming from. And he basically said that you should have talked to me about it. She said, I did talk to you about it. Nothing happened. So she pretty much took it on her own. Okay. I understand where she's coming from. Like I said, I mean, I've been there where you just need a break. And I think essentially in the grocery store, he understood where she was coming from, and he said, just go. And he was happy to just go. And she chose not to go. Bending on your own free will. The man told you it's okay to go. You laughed about it. You made some jokes about the show, about the TV show she's going to watch. You were free to go. Now that you have his approval to go, now you don't want to go. Did you just want to go secretly? I don't get it. So you're bending on your own free will, and now you're mad that you bended. I mean, I'm at a loss. I'm just like, okay, so my feeling is that Beth is upset that she did not get to follow her true passion of dance. She has found it now, and she's going to hold on to it with everything she's got, and she has all right to do so. But you cannot forget your family. You can't forget that. And I feel like she's mad at him because he goes after what he wants. He follows his dreams. Whatever he wants, he goes after it, and he gets it. And I feel like you're resenting your husband for that, which you shouldn't. You guys are one. You're a team. You should be happy for him. I feel like Beth is just being selfish. You should be happy for him. You should support him in that way. I see him being happy for you. I really do see it. I think the issue comes in to play with the kids. That's where the issue comes in. And he has to drive to Philadelphia. Where are they? He has to drive out of state, come back at night. He comes back. He has to do homework. He has to read to the kids. And then he still has to carry his part of his dish night. Okay? And he still has to do that. So it's clear the dynamics of their relationship has changed, and they have not figured out a way how to work through this. And speaking as a woman, from Beth's point of view, I understand your feeling of wanting something for yourself. I understand your feeling of being consumed in your family, feeling like you're always doing for them, like you're always giving to your husband, like you're there supporting him all the time, and you're always giving to your children, and you need something for yourself. I completely understand that. I understand your feeling of wanting to follow your passion, and it's great. Some people don't even know what their passion is. It's great that she knows what it is, and it's great that she has a drive for it, and she needs something outside of the household. Right now, I mean, she hadn't found a job, so it's great that she's able to do something, make a little bit of money, able to do something that she's passionate about. That's great. And I get where she's coming from. But in terms of their relationship, Beth and Randall's relationship, I think what she's doing is pushing all of her feelings of inadequacy onto blaming him for it, right? Blaming him for not doing this for her, for not supporting her bending for him. And it's totally not true. It's not true, because I see him doing all these things. So, and I get that is her husband. That's the person that's closest to her. And the person closest to you is normally the one that you take out your frustration on. So this is real life, okay? And I've seen it in my relationship. I know a lot of people, if I'm upset or something is bothering me and it's weighing on me and it comes out of me in anger and frustration, who does it come out at? Who does it come out to? It comes out to your spouse, right? So this is something that we need to internalize, and we need to make a conscious decision not to project on our spouses, right? Because what are we going to do? We're going to push them away. And that's what we saw. We're going to say things that we don't mean. When Beth threw, the funny thing is, I was talking to my girlfriend about this show yesterday, and we were talking about we were talking about Randall's panic attacks, right? And Beth is going to cause him to have another panic attack because he can't handle like really high stress. And she threw it in his face last night. So I just thought that was kind of funny that we were just talking about that. He didn't have panic attacks. She just threw his panic attacks in his face. And that was really harsh. That's something that he struggled with as a child. But she clearly wanted to hurt him. And what did Randall say when he left that voicemail for her? He wanted to hurt her. He said what he said about her teaching housewives to twirl. That was harsh. That was really harsh. That was taking a dig at her and trying to imply that what she's doing is not important. Trying to imply that her dream, her passion for dance is less than what he is doing, right? So that was harsh. He took a dig at her, and she took a dig at him. Oh man, this light. So of course I'm driving. I have my seatbelt on. My phone is mounted, so I'm safe. But the light is all over the place on this video. And that's because I'm moving. So I digress. So he took a dig at her, and she took a dig at him, and he had to leave. And what do we do? Like in our relationship, what do? We say we're gonna step away from the situation before we say something that we're gonna regret. They both said something that they regret. I know he regret what he said to her on the phone, and I know she regrets what she said to him, to his face. Yeah, I know she regrets that. But that's the thing in relationships. Like, we say things to hurt, to cut someone, because we know all of our insecurities. We know all of our spouse's vulnerable points. We know what's going to get to them. And we use that against them, right? And we see Randall did that. We see Beth did that last night. And it's not right, but it's real life. It's what happens. The person closest to us is the one that we take our frustrations out on, because we can't do it to anybody else, because we're too poised to do it to anybody else. You go to work and something happens and you get frustrated and you can't tell your boss what you want to tell him. So you come home, you're upset, your frustration comes out. I mean, it's better if it comes out on your husband than your kids. I would say you don't want to scar them. And the husband could probably handle it. But yeah, but it's real life, and it's what happens, right? So I know I've been going on and on about this, but I had to talk about it while it's fresh in my mind. I mean, I woke up and I was still thinking I don't know why I'm still thinking about this stuff, right? I don't know why. I feel like as women, we do need to follow our passion. I'm speaking from a woman's point of view. As women, we need to follow our passion. We need to support our spouses. We need to support our children. We're the one that does most of the bulk of the work. I mean, just to keep it real, we're nurturing, in that way. And I know it's not in every household the woman does the bulk of the work. I'm just saying in the majority of the household, the women does the bulk of the work. And balance is not easy. And we need to find a medium. We need to find that balance within our family that makes everyone can be happy. So, I mean, that's my feeling on the whole thing. I'm not saying that Beth needs to bend or what, but I think Beth needs to stop being so selfish right now, because that's what I'm seeing from her. Right? I understand what we all need to do, and this is a woman giving her opinion, and I am Team Randall, and I am okay saying that, because I'm sitting on the outside. I'm seeing, I can empathize with her, but I'm also going to be fair, right? I'm also going to say what is just and what is right. And the fact of the matter is that Beth is home all day. She's home all day. She does her dance class in the afternoon, but she's home all day. And if you're home all day and you're there when the kids come home, you have to go to class at 5. You're there when the kids come home. You should have them finish their homework. You should have the kids do the dishes. Your husband shouldn't have to come home and it's his night to do the dishes. You shouldn't have to do that if he's coming home late at night. Okay? I understand the Randall is the homework man, but honey, you're going to have to become the homework woman at this point, because you were there and your family dynamics have changed and you have to adjust. So you should work with them on the homework. If he comes in to relieve you so you can go to your dance class, that's great. He shouldn't have to come in to relieve you and have to do all these additional stuff that you could have taken care of because you were there. And I see both of you giving in the relationship. I see both of you giving, but what you shouldn't do is give to your spouse and then throw it in their face afterwards. You should give with a free heart, with a willing heart, and not throw it in their face. Right? Okay. I'm done with my rant. I love you, Beth, but I'm for Team Randall on this one. All right, so that's the end of my my review of the Beth and Randall episode that aired last night, March 26th. March 26th? Yeah. So that's the end of my personal review on that. And I don't know, maybe I'll do some more of these car reviews. I don't know. I just had to get it out, so that's why I'm here. All right, guys. Please, I want to talk about this. I still want to discuss this. So comment below and let me know what you think. Let me know if you're Team Beth, if you're Team Randall, and why you're Team Beth. I would love to know your opinion. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm a woman, so I can't be biased because of that. So maybe I'm just missing something. I would like to know. Leave a comment below, guys. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.